Welcome back to the arena. I'm Tap for Mana. Today I want to show you guys a Gurul midrange. Well, trying to show you guys a Gurul midrange. I've been playing with this deck a few times earlier today, and I've just been running into the sweatiest decks out there. It has been rough, even to make any bit of content right now. It has been brutal. I'm shooting a little earlier than I normally would. I usually like to shoot at 10 o'clock at night, because that's when I find you get the best gameplays. But I have a really busy night ahead of me, so I figured, okay, let's try and shoot a video, earlier in the day. Did a few practice runs, and man, has the just even on play, it's been sweaty. So I'm going to do the best I can to show you guys the deck. I played with it yesterday, did really well with it. I'm going to give it a rating right now of 8 out of 10. Just don't go on what you see at the moment, because, like I said, it's been really, really sweaty on just play alone. So I think it might be the time of day, or I'm just having an off day. But here's the deck. Here it is. Go ahead if you want to run it yourself. I highly suggest it. It is great. Definitely an 8 out of 10 deck. It gets under Esper. I actually think it drives those Esper guys insane, because it goes really fast if you got the opening hand to go with it. As you can see, we do have the webcam up now, so the gameplay might be a little laggy, still working with the OBS system. But let's see if we can get through some of these sweats here on play. Yes, on play. I'm not even playing ranked. This is in play, and we're running into these really sweaty, try-hardy type decks. Like, I think I played 5 games, and 4 out of 5 were all Esper control. All of them. So I don't know what's going on, but it just seems to be that type of day. Like, this type of time in the day is really hard to get some good footage. But I'm going to do the best I can. Just bear with me. This may be a short video of 1 to 2 games. But again, I definitely got to say the deck is 8 out of 10. Absolute 8 out of 10. Yesterday when I was playing late at night there, I just got the kids to bed. I was like, I'm going to take it just for a run, see if it's worth shooting, and it was great. So let's see what we got here for an opening hand. This is actually not that bad of an opening hand when you're going first. So let's see what we got here. I'm going to play the Pelt Collector first, considering it's my only 1 drop. Alright, so I'm just going to lightning strike this guy out of the way, considering it is our only next logical play. And we'll swing in there. Tap him for 1. Alright, he's burning the lightning strike. There's our 4th land for Nullhide. So I am just going to drop the Spellbreaker in. I'm going to give him haste as well, and we'll hit him for 3. Probably a bit risky because it could die to Lightning Strike, or skewer the critics. Okay, that's fine for me. So I'm going to play Nullhide first, then I'm going to play Spellbreaker next, but this time I am going to put the +1/+1 counter in. That way I don't need to force any more removal at the moment. We just need to start getting in and pinging for damage. And that's the other reason, because there's our Gulta. So let's get that +1/+1 up on him. Now he's a 2 drop next turn. Get a sip of coffee in here. So we know it's going to cost him 2 to turn off the Hexproof of Nullhide. Okay. So that bumps up Gulta back up to a 6. He still has a lot to deal with. Especially now We have 2 Legion War bosses, one out on the field now, one in hand. And we will swing with both. Start forcing him to make some blocks. So if he does top deck any type of removal and hits the Legion War boss, we can hit another Legion War boss in, but we're more looking at playing our 4. A pretty risky swing here. I'm gonna take it. Worst comes to worst, he has laid up the stage or skewer the critics. Okay, another Pyromancer. Okay, so I'm a little glad I didn't take that trade. Let's get our Primal Hunger down. And that forces the concede. Perfect. So, game 1 goes to us. Let's jump right into another game. I'm hoping the lag isn't too bad. I really wouldn't want to sit and reshoot this. So if there is a chance, I will post it with just a tad bit of lag on the gameplay. Very new to OBS, so I am a little concerned on how this is going to look. But we'll see how it turns out. Thinking about changing my Planeswalker Avatar very shortly here. So 3 lands with 2 shocks. I'm going to start off with the red mana, just in case he plays something we can kind of control out here with the extra shock. Again, this leaves shock open. Which is going to be no use because we're playing... This is going to be the good old Esper control we know and love so much. So now, our new tactic, because we are playing Esper control, hit it as fast as we can. That is our plan. Hit it as fast and as often as we can. Got him down to 15. Okay. Seeing the Mortify makes me think that he does not have a Kaya's Wrath yet, which could really work in our advantage. I also know, looking at his colors, he doesn't have an Absorb. So haste is our best friend right now. And we just need to keep pushing through. Oh, throw Nullhide in the bin. Nah, I threw the shock in there. I've only once had somebody throw Nullhide in the bin on me. There we go. So I'm guessing he kind of... He didn't get his land drops, which worked out in our favor, but it's always nice to take a win from Esper. Let's get one more game in here. Get one more game in here, see how we do. I'm a little concerned on how the video is going to turn out right now with the OBS. If anybody has any recommendations on the settings I should probably use, please feel free to give me some numbers, give me some ideas. Like, I'm just trying to get this right for you guys. But we'll see how it goes here. This is a terrible opening hand. We have a turn 1 and a turn 2 play, but the chances of us getting red mana, in theory, are really good. We're already 2-0. I would kind of only want to do 3 games today, showing off the deck because the deck itself is self-explanatory. So let's take a risky hand and see how she does on that. Our opponent did drop down to 6, so... Okay, so far not so good on our draws. We're looking for red mana source. And we're playing against pretty much the Explore package. So this is definitely not going to go in our favor if we do not draw into any red source of mana. Because already this is a Merfolk Branchwalker coming down. Or Seeker Squires. Same thing, just power and toughness switched. It works with the Wild Growth, which gets him up there. So again, it's one of those times we really need red mana. As you see, this is not going in our favor. So definitely, as you can see, this is not a deck you want to keep. You want to keep just the one color hoping for red. Or vice versa, if you have all red hoping for green. It is almost split down the middle when it comes to your land base with this deck. So it's good to try and keep a hand that has both red or green mana in it together. There's our red source of mana. Alright, now let's swing first and see if we can get rid of that Wild Growth. No, he's just going to let us in. Okay, then we will adapt. So every creature from here on is going to explore, which means Wild Growth is just going to get bigger and he's just going to gain a ton of life. This is the most broken part of this deck. And now he gets to explore 2 more times. I said this is one of the the archetypes I'm really excited to see rotate out. I am really not a fan of this archetype. I'm going to pay the 2 life to have the extra bit of red. And this way I can give him haste. I'm really hoping he blocks out my growth chamber. That's what I'm banking on. And that'll help me slowly start to get ahead in this game. Okay. So, to keep our Spellbreaker alive, we will take out the Jade Light. So as you can see, he's just going to keep life gaining, life gaining, life gaining. This is a really, really boring matchup to play against. Because there's not a whole lot you can do once the Wild Growth Walker gets out of control. This is a very dependent archetype. I've probably played against it with the Esper deck a few times. He's got the combo next turn. It's very demanding on what you draw. And if your opponent is not playing control. Control decks will murder this deck. So as you can see, the game is pretty much over. So I'm just going to throw caution to the wind for 1 swing here. We're going to give everybody haste. We're just going to swing in. And we're going to concede. We're going to scoop them up. So 2 and 1. Again, the deck is really good. It's 8 out of 10. I don't have a lot of time to play. Like I said, the day has also been really, really rough to play. And, oh, that Explorer deck. I cannot wait for Explorer to go. It is the only deck that makes me a little salty when I play Arena. Just because it's the most ridiculous thing. Hold on, let me get that Gurul mid-range back up for you guys. It is the only deck that by turn 2, all you're doing is just gaining life. And it's, again, it dies to control. Like, if you're running into a lot of them, I highly recommend build a Grixis or Esper control deck. It destroys that deck. But if you're playing a heavy creature deck, you're not going to get through once they start getting the life gain going. So, but I'm Tap for Mana. Thanks for stopping by. I also need your opinions on which videos do you prefer. Do you prefer the arena videos, or do you prefer the more where I'm talking to the camera itself and discussing other topics? I'd like to know. Thank you for stopping by.